All right. Apologies about
Hey,
man.
what's up, my guy?
Chilling, man. Just enjoying this week. We got the Miami Hurricanes facing off the Texas A&M Aggies, Brandon. This is such a big game for both programs. I mean, Texas A&M lost to App State. I mean, they can't afford to lose another game going into conference play. You got Miami, Mario's first year. We go head to head in recruiting with these guys. They recruit a lot in Miami. I mean, this is really a big game, Brandon. What are your thoughts about going into College Station Saturday night?
Ah, I know I'll be in Texas. I can tell you that. But
You going to the game?
I don't know if I'm gonna go to the game. I got the tickets, but I don't know if I'm gonna go to the game or not. I might just chill in Houston, and watch it at a bar. So this is my thinking going into the game. I'm gonna dive right in because I feel like we got a whole hour of things to talk about. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna dive right in. Ah. Listen, this is one thing I know. All good teams, when you have a hiccup like that, you prove a point the next week. So I'm expecting them to come out to prove a point, but I just personally don't think their quarterback is that good. So
No,
if they beat
awful.
us, huh?
He's awful.
Yeah. So if they beat us, it'll literally be on some trick play. You know what I mean? We just not ready to play on a big stage.
No, I 100% agree. Um, Honestly, I want to talk about the Southern Miss game quickly before we get into this game. Just your thoughts about that game overall, because I honestly still don't know what our strengths and weaknesses are per se. What's kind of the identity of this football team? I think cornerback play needs a lot of work. So I'm
Well,
curious what you think going into this game, because we're going to learn a lot more about our personnel after this game against an SEC opponent.
technically, to be 100% honest, I completely expected us to play like that. Like
Really?
100%, I expected us to play like that. The reason is because a lot of teams, when you plan somebody you think is good the next week, you look over the person you playing this week. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I think we was doing. I don't think, what I mean, our defense is as bad as it looked in the first half. I don't think, you know, our offense is, as slow. Like for instance, we seen Tyler Van Dyke mix throws we never seen him miss. Like he was throwing a lot of things low. If it wasn't for Strepo, we literally probably wouldn't have scored in the first half, period. Like it's just like it's just like you could tell that the mojo of the team wasn't even there into the second half.
No, we came out very slow, very flat. I mean, look, we held them to 30 yards on the ground. I think that's amazing. My whole thing is our cornerbacks. You know, I mean, I'm not seeing it, man. Daryl Porter Jr. He had an easy interception. He let the wide receiver just jump over him, grab the football from him. DJ Ivy had a pick he could have easily had. It's. I feel like we're very slim at that position group.
Man, listen, don't let it fool you. Don't let it fool. No, the hardest thing in the world is playing good against somebody you feel like is so far beneath you that you shouldn't even be playing them. Now, this week, if we go out there and screw it up this week, if the corners look the same this week, then like, all right, like we got to do something. Like something got to get moved. Because a lot of, like I told you, man, when you playing against teams like that, you kind of seem to like put it out of your mind until they start biting. When they start biting, it's like when you got a big dog, with a puppy. You know what I
Right.
mean? The big dog lay down and let the puppy bite. But as soon as that puppy get a little older and bite a little harder, the big dog, you see what I'm saying? And that's what it is when you play like teams like Southern Miss. So I expected us to look like that. I just didn't expect the offense to look like that.
We gave up 3 sacks in the first half. O line.
My point.
I think that is something to look out for going into Texas A&M because
Uh,
they have a good defense. Defense isn't the problem.
do they though?
I mean, they basically in their first 2 games, the first one, Sam Houston State, they didn't give up any points. Their second game, they only gave up
17.
24, 17. Well, yeah, 17 basically. I mean, I don't think defense is the issue. I think it's really quarterback play for them. They have good wide receivers.
Okay, I can see that.
They can't move the ball at all with their quarterback.
Okay, I can see that.
It's just not moving at all. I really think if they actually had like Tyler Van Dyke at quarterback, or just someone who's decent to good, they'll be completely fine.
Uh, I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that at all. Like I like some people have the personnel, and it's a lot of time. It's not just the personnel. It's coaching and everything. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? Like, and I just don't think the coaching and the players are clicking good.
Where do you think Miami has the advantage going into this game?
I think our defense is better than their offense. And I think our offense is equal to their defense. Like I personally think, I think in special teams, I think we're a lot better on special teams too. But I think all as an all around team, we're just better.
So we mentioned offense. You mentioned Xavier Restrepo. Without him, we wouldn't have scored a point in the first half. What do you think about our wide receiver core in this game going up against their corners? I mean, after Restrepo, I mean, Redding's come along, but I mean, Keyshawn
Yeah,
Smith is fast. Rashard Smith, but Restrepo's the only one who's really we've been targeting a lot.
correct. But that's the problem. We don't know what we have because don't nobody else get no balls. Like every ball I done seen thrown to them other guys been caught that got close to him. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not like they running bad routes and not getting open. They getting open. It just Strepo the route. It literally looked like our offense is running plays for Strepo to get open.
Right, right.
Like it don't look like we're running plays for anybody else.
Do you think that's Josh Gaddis acknowledging he's probably our primary playmaker at wide receiver and everyone else
No,
leaving?
no. I think Josh Gaddis offense is run heavy and throw to the slot heavy.
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
even like when you watched him with Michigan, the slot receiver was the killer. You know what I mean? Like when they played Ohio State, last year, the slot receiver and the running back is who really killed them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's just his offense. I don't think he's doing it on purpose. I just think that's what his offense looked like.
It's interesting because a lot of people, are saying, I would love to see Tyler Van Dyke air out the football a lot, take more deep shots, that he's being limited, but people are saying he's saving the playbook for this week. I think we're going to run heavy this week. And like you said, I think it's a run heavy offense. And I think Parrish as a running back, you add in Knighton and then, Thad Franklin, he deserves a role in this team. I think we're going to run the football a lot against Texas A&M, like App State did against Texas A&M, and control time of possession.
I agree. I agree. We're just a run heavy team. Like Gaddis is a run the ball 30 times a game guy. Period. That's just him.
Yeah.
Like that's what he want to do, and I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Like run the ball. If we can run that ball every play and never throw a pass, do it. You know what I mean? Do it. But what I'm thinking is, like, do I think we held back some plays? Yes. Like I give you an example. We threw no screen passes in the first 2 games. Not one. You can't tell me we don't have screens. We threw not one deep ball. You
The
can't tell
flea
me we don't
flicker.
have.
That was it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I get it, but no, I don't think let me rephrase it. I don't think that he's holding back plays. I think that everybody on the offense ain't picking up the plays the way they supposed to, so he's not putting in plays that everybody don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
That's that's what I think.
Like here's also my thing. Like Frank Latson, for example, like he wasn't really involved. He was playing a lot, got a lot of snaps, but he didn't get any targets against Southern Miss. I don't think we're going to be using him a lot. I think Redding kind of took his role. Rashard Smith got a lot of targets. I think once we identify who our go-to guys are in the rotation, we're going to stick with them. You're going to see a lot of people not really involved, and we're also going to run the ball heavy to cater that. We haven't really used our tight ends at all. You mentioned screen passes, but I mean, we haven't thrown a lot to the tight ends, and we have good tight ends. I mean,
Right.
Mallory's a veteran player. I'm not too big on him. Arroyo's, I think he's better than Mallory, and you got Jaleel Skinner, a five-star tight end on the bench, basically.
Yeah, that's the freshman though, right?
Yeah, you got to get him in the game. I mean, if we,
I think what they doing with him is holding him back until they need him. Like I think he's one of them players that, like I was watching him play a little bit when he was in high school. He's one of them players who once he get it, he got it, and he could play fast. But he's not one of them players who could play fast without knowing. You know what I mean? So I think what they're doing with him is kind of smart. They're holding him back, not putting too much on him, but he's still only gonna play 3 years and he gone because he's that good.
basically,
Like he's
yeah,
that good.
no, he's a very good football player.
Like they doing the same thing with him that Florida did with Kyle Pitts.
Fair. So before we move on to the Texas A&M game, the game everybody wants to talk about, anything else you want to add from Southern Miss Week 2 that we didn't talk about?
Uh, I thought you said Frank Gore Jr. was the best player on the team.
Their quarterback,
you
Brownlee,
know,
the receiver, was good too.
I just want to say, like, to be honest with you, they actually had some dogs at receiver.
Brownlee was very good.
Like they had some players at receiver that I was like, oh, like that's surprising.
Yeah, I thought Brownlee was very good.
But you know what I don't like though? I don't like the fact that everybody we play, they say stuff like, "Oh yeah, the coach think we got just as many athletes as Miami. We got, we're just as fast as Miami." Like come on, bro. Like stop being disrespectful now.
Well, we got to earn that respect, Brandon. We haven't done anything the past 17 years. We
Right,
haven't.
but we always have athletes. I don't care. I don't care what we do. We will always have that.
We have good athletes, but I mean, other teams they've dominated us. When was the last time we won a non-conference Power Five game? I know
Uh,
the answer.
Notre Dame.
No, no, we lost that game. Away game, non-conference away game, Power Five.
Away game.
Yeah,
Ohio State.
no, we lost that game.
No, we beat Ohio State.
We beat Ohio State at home.
No, we beat Ohio State there and we lost at home.
It was the other way around, but
No, I'm telling you, I know because I bet at that game. So I'm telling you, I
all
bet
right.
at the game and I won money.
Maybe the chat can help us out. But I'm standing by my comment. If this was like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, like I'm 100%.
You know it's crazy. If this was Who Want to Be a Millionaire, I phone a friend and I call you. You know.
I'm
so
telling you, man.
so I'm
I
gonna take your
remember that
word.
game because we should have won that game. Lamar Miller had a returned a touchdown. So did I think Travis Benjamin played well. We should have won that game, and it was a top 10 matchup, noon game. But it was Texas A&M in '07 in College Station.
No, didn't we beat Florida?
No, we lost to Florida away. That was Tebow. I think.
No, I'm talking about after that.
Well, we beat him at home. We win games at home. Just away, we don't win. So that's why it's such a big game. It's a top
It's
25 matchup. You're
it's
playing.
somebody else. It's somebody else we beat.
We don't win away games. We don't do well in neutral site games. We need to show the rest of the nation this is a new Miami Hurricanes football team under Coach Mario Cristobal. And it starts Saturday night, Brandon.
Well, listen, man, y'all know you know what I think. Them boys already. Yeah, I think we win by 14. That's just me.
I think it's going to be a close game. I think we're going to see the best Texas A&M team we've seen all season.
I
Jimbo
agree.
Fisher, his back is against the wall. He can't have two losses to start the season. There's going to be so much pressure on this team. And you know what? I think we're going to see a different quarterback. I think they're going to start Max Johnson. If this guy Haynes King doesn't get it together the first couple drives, I think they're that desperate.
Well, Jimbo ain't under no fire, so he ain't. Trust me, he ain't. Jimbo gonna be Jimbo. That's one thing I always know. Jimbo will be Jimbo. But one thing I can say is they have no more excuses. They have no more excuses. Before it was, we couldn't get the players. Now they getting all the right players. They getting all the players that that they want. Now, it wasn't, we didn't have the money. Now all the money, they got all the money. So they have no more excuses. So it is what it is. I just feel like, you know, Jimbo gotta pull a rabbit out the hat.
I agree. I think he's gonna pull all the stops. Man, it's gonna be crazy. 9 p.m. start time, and you know what, Brandon? The people want wings, wings, wings. Let's give it to them.
Please do.
Wings, wings, wings. The best chicken wings outside of the Orlando area off of 452 North Park Avenue, owned by Miami Hurricanes football legend himself, Brandon Meriweather. If you love chicken wings, you're going to love Wings, 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 owned by the man himself, NFL veteran, Brandon Meriweather. Got to check it out. Once again, Wings, Wings, Wings off of 452 North Park Avenue in Apopka, Florida.
All right, we are back. The Scoop and Meriweather Show, Week 3, the college football season. What are going to be some keys to this football game, Brandon? I mean, I can say this: we got to win the turnover battle. We have to limit penalties. We can't give up 100 yards in penalties. We have to score points off of turnovers. And, I think our offense needs to step up all four quarters. I think we need to put the pressure on their defense every single time and make sure their offense tries to score. We got to play, we got to be ahead of this game. I don't think we can play catch up, especially playing away.
I think the keys to this game is for one, we got to get our backs the ball in open field.
Yep.
I think we got to get our backs the ball in space. I think we have to beat the blitz, because I think they're gonna blitz us a lot, because they're thinking, just like everybody else thinking, is we don't have the receivers, and their DBs is better than our receivers. So we're gonna have to beat the blitz. We're gonna have to find a way to slow down their pass rush. But I think the main objective that we're gonna have is we're gonna have to stop the deep ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, because I know their wide receiver core, there's some mismatches there. They got this guy Smith, number 0. You're going to remember him when the game starts. You're going to remember me say this. He is very good. Very good football player. He's around 5'8", 5'10", strong as a bull. I mean, he's a burner.
Hey man, you're Brown is the player I'm waiting to watch. That's who I'm waiting to watch.
He's a speedster as well. He's very good.
His daddy went to UM.
Well, I didn't know that, but Miami didn't really want to take him under Diaz.
Yeah, I know, and he wanted to go to Miami.
And he went to Miami Central.
Yes.
Who's his father? What year did he play at Miami?
His daddy named Yule too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he got kicked out. He was supposed to have been real good though, but he got kicked out. But yeah, man. Hey, listen. And by the way, I do like 2-1. I like him. The running back, Parrish. I
Parrish.
like him.
Yep.
But it's something about this night, man. This night and that every time he got the ball, I was like, oh, hold on, don't. Hey, listen. It's something about him, man, that I just love.
I'm a little bit worried about Knighton, to be honest. Here's my reasoning, Brandon. He was held out of the first game. He had a soft tissue injury.
Correct.
He did not. He first half. I don't know if his injury is bothering him. It wasn't a good first half by any means, and he didn't play the second half.
I agree.
During those two games, though, Parrish has ran for over 100 yards. Thad Franklin's been a nice addition in short yardage situations. He's a bowling ball. I think we're good with the 1-2 punch if Knighton's not ready to go this week. I think I can get the job done.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. Listen, I like the 3 running back rotation we got. I like it. But I just think so this is how I feel about injuries, period. Like, one thing about being a competitor, like, you hate to see somebody at your position doing good.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So Knighton sitting here on the sideline watching Parrish like kill in some of these games where Parrish getting 10 yards. He over there like, man, I would have cribbed that. Man, I need to hurry up and get back. And that's the problem. He pushing himself so fast to get back and where he's really not taking care of the injury the way he need to. You see what I'm saying? And that's where the problem comes in. And my problem with Franklin is I personally don't think they run the right plays for Franklin.
Yeah, I think he's a north and south running back.
Right. Even if you give him like zones, like you do, like they do with Derrick Henry, give him zone reads so he could run halfway and hit up field. Because one thing about him, don't nobody want to tackle him the whole game. Like, especially if he running hard, don't nobody want to tackle him.
Of course. No, 100%. I'm really happy with how he's come along because, he didn't really get much playing time last year. And Chaney, I mean, if he's fully healthy, he's probably going to be the third, second, first. He's going to be in that rotation basically. Franklin
he will.
Guy playing.
Franklin will fall back. He'll fall back a little bit, but then, next year one of them got to leave, and that's what they're gonna tell Franklin. They're gonna say, Franklin, look, we're gonna put you in. You're gonna get your time, but understand that, one of these guys got to go soon, and you're gonna be the guy.
We're talking about the offense so far. I want to talk about the safeties. Avante Williams. I don't know if you heard kind of what happened, but he only played special teams last week. He really didn't see the field at all. Mario and Avante, they met, Coach Steele as well. They're not putting him on the field a lot. Obviously nobody really knows what's going on, but I think Mario, it seems like he wants to implement his culture and make sure you have to buy into what he's saying to see the field. It seems like, there's a difference of opinion on some things. So, Brandon, I don't know if you heard about that, but just kind of your take, because I think if Avante needs to see the field at some capacity in some role, he can help the defense out. He can help our secondary tremendously.
Yeah, I heard about it. I heard, and I agree. I agree 100%. But I don't think it's the fact that they're holding him back. I think he's holding himself back. I think the problem he's having is that they want him to learn the playbook in and out, and I think he's fighting against it. Because I heard that, right? And I'm sure, like, because somebody that talented, you find a way for them to get on the field.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You find a way. Oh, you don't care what capacity it is. It could have been linebacker. It could have been the dime. It could have been the nickel. You find a way to get that person on the field. So it is what it is. It gotta be either he's been a complete knucklehead, which I don't think he is, or he's not. He don't know the playbook as good as he make too many mental mistakes.
Do you think we'll see him in some type of role besides playing special teams this Saturday night?
Yes, but I think if you see him, it's gonna be he'll be a blitzer, or
Thank, yeah.
he'll be the deep safety, or he gonna be a I got guy. Like it ain't gonna be he ain't gonna be one of them guys who you say, all right, if the defense rotate, hey, you go here, I go here, we do this, we do that, we change positions, we do that. He won't be that guy. If you see him, it'll be I got him no matter what happens, he's mine. Don't change, don't switch, nothing. I got him. He's that guy.
It's going to be interesting, man, because he took down all his social media stuff about Miami. He wasn't happy. I'm sure he spoke with Coach Cristobal, Coach Steele. Things are settled down, it seems like. So, that's something to look out for, But if you're going to buy into, Mario needs to have his team buying in. And if you're not buying in, then you won't have a role on this team. I think that's the message he's sending his players.
I agree. But at the same time, like the you also gotta be able to say, listen, I could get the knuckleheads and still have them buy in and win. That's what we was doing.
Yeah.
Like Sean T was a knucklehead. You know what I mean? Nate Webster was a knucklehead. I was a knucklehead. And Trail was a knucklehead. You know what I mean? Like we had a bunch of knuckleheads, but the problem is you got them to buy in. That's what it is. You got them to buy in. And if they buy in, then it is what it is.
So Brandon, we spoke about safeties, cornerbacks, spoke a little bit about D-line, haven't spoke about linebackers. What is the weakest part of this defense going into this game you've seen the past 2 weeks?
D-line.
D-line, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
In 2 weeks, we got no pressure on the quarterback. None. What we got? We got what? 3 sacks in 2 games?
Yeah, around there. Yeah.
And we played 2 putt teams?
Basically.
So if we're not getting pressure, then who worried about us?
Mesidor was held out week 2, who I think is our best defensive lineman.
Listen, I understand that, and I get it, but it is what it is. Like, if we only got one person that can rush the passer, then we got a problem.
Needs work.
And Flagler looked amazing.
Flag? Yeah, he played well. He played, which is good. We need him to step up.
He looked fast. He was sideline to sideline. He was laying that hat. He looked amazing.
Can he do that next week going home? He's from Houston.
Yes. And the fact that he going home is going to make it even better for him because he going to be like, yo, let's go.
God, can Saturday just get here any quicker, man? Is it Wednesday already? It's Wednesday night. We got Thursday, Friday. Then we got to wait the entire day Saturday for this 9 p.m. game.
I know, man. I know.
It's going to be crazy. It really is. And I hope we win because I'll be honest, if we lose, I'm going to be upset because it's like it doesn't go towards our conference, but still, Texas A&M, this is a perfect opportunity.
Yes, this is a huge opportunity, but don't be upset. And the reason being is not only does Mario not quite have all his guys in yet, but the culture of Cristobal hasn't even been set yet. Like he literally only been here for 8 months, 9 months. So you gotta like don't be so disappointed to where you feel like, because don't get me wrong, yes, I feel like we gotta beat these guys. We need to beat these guys. We should beat these guys. But at the end of the day, don't be so upset to where like it gets you disappointed when you gotta understand you always gotta look at the bigger picture.
We're gonna hear. I think there's a lot of pressure too, because not only do they go after some recruiting, but like Florida State, they took care of their non-conference opponents early on.
They did, but Florida just lost to
Kentucky, and their quarterback went from looking really good to not so good.
Right, and Florida State played a non-ranked team. Like
no, LSU, they weren't that good.
They weren't ranked so at all. So like, what are we really talking about? You know what I mean? Like
Texas A&M that good?
Huh?
Is Texas A&M a really good team? They just lost to App State.
App State should beat a lot of people. You know what App State motto is? We'll come to you.
We'll come to you.
We'll come to you. We will beat you on your home turf. We will come to you. And so far, I have yet to see somebody just completely blow App State out.
North Carolina did beat them. They put up 63 points,
and they put up 60.
Yeah.
So what are we saying?
I just think it's important for Miami to win this game. I really do. I think it's very important.
And I think that's the point.
But we can't afford to have a loss like we've seen in the past, like an LSU loss, a Clemson loss, an Alabama loss. Like we have to fight. Like it has to be a competitive game where we fight to the end, a last drive. Because if we lose by 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 17 points, like that's where it gets ugly, in my opinion. That's where I'm like, let's raise down our standards.
The points is not always the problem. You know what I mean? Because you could lose by 2 touchdowns and still supposed to have won that game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like my thing is, let's not just get beat around like Alabama did us. Like when we stepped on the field, it's literally like you when you looked at that game, you was like, why are we there? You know what I mean? Like as long as we don't have that, then it'll be all right. Like even if they beat us, 28-7, 30-0, long as it don't look like we're not supposed to be there at all, then I'm all right.
Man, we'll see what happens. It's I think it's going to be a close game regardless. I honestly don't know what to expect though. I really don't going into this game. The spread is 5.5. Texas A&M, they just lost to App State. I mean, I wish they didn't lose to App State, to be honest.
Me too.
Really, they didn't. Yeah.
I wanted them to be the number 5 team, and we go in there and we beat them by 14, and we come out of this thing like, all right, now we need to be, a top 6 team because we just beat the. And I mean, now if we beat them, 21-7. Like that's not big enough for us to jump down in ratings.
Yeah,
they still gonna say, all right, that's a trash SEC school. Now, what will help us is if we beat them, and then they go on to beat like Arkansas, who they play right after us. Arkansas, they go on to beat Arkansas and Alabama and Auburn and all them. Now then we look like, all right, these guys need to be, here instead of here because they beat them convincingly.
All right, so give me some bold predictions on player performance. Who do you think steps up for Miami in this game?
I think Williams. Played good, and I think they put him in the box a lot, but I think he ended up with a pick. I actually think this right here will be one of them games where all 3 safeties step up and get a pick. I'm predicting that. That's a you asked me for bold. I'm giving you bold, baby. You know what I mean? I like
True.
all three to come out with a pick. If 15 play, he gonna get a pick. Like if he get more than 10 snaps, he get a pick. I'm guaranteeing it. Uh I like Paris to have over 100 yards rushing.
Oh yeah.
I think this the game. Well, 12 come out of the bag. I think 12 show up and show out this game. And I also think 5 show up and show out.
I'm gonna say this. I honestly think I don't know what's gonna happen in this game. Part of me thinks Miami is going to win big. I think Miami sends a message. The first half. I mean, Miami just dominates. Whether it's turnovers, pick six, fumble recoveries, Miami dominates the first half, and we end up winning by 17, 20 points. Where we just smack them in the mouth early on. They try to get close, and we take care of business, 34-17 type game. That's my bold prediction. We're even bigger than that. I think the D line puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback. I think this is their game where their come out party. I think Akeem Mesidor, Leonard Taylor, I think those guys take care of business. And I think this is Tyler Van Dyke's game as an NFL prospect to show people that, he can play. I think he has a really big game as well. 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions.
I could agree with that.
But if he throws like four INTs, though, then that's not good. That's really not good.
Who throwing 4 INTs?
I'm just saying, like TBD better. Like he needs to have a good game for his draft stock.
I don't think he would throw 4
I
INTs.
don't think so either. But he didn't look good last week. So.
Yeah, he didn't look good, but none of the balls he threw, you was like, why did he throw that? Like you was like some. Let me rephrase it. Some of the balls you threw, you was like, oh, I could see what he was trying to put there, but he threw that like trash.
But the one Rashard Smith made a nice catch on.
Yeah,
He had Keyshawn Smith open on the right side. Like,
I know. I seen that.
Why throw it over 2 defenders?
I told you. I think a lot of things, like a lot of times when you play teams like that, you just practice stuff. Like you literally just practice stuff. Now, he could have been so frustrated with the offensive line too that he was just throwing to the first person he's seen.
Yeah.
So, you got to think about that too. I just hope the offensive line don't make the same mistakes we made last week.
Well, if we gave up 3 sacks against Southern Miss, if we make the same mistakes, you're looking at 5 sacks or more. We won't win the game if we give.
We got Zion back too now.
Yeah, Zion. But wasn't he there last week?
Nah, he wasn't.
Okay, fair.
We got him back too, so that could boost some things, but I just don't know how good of a leader Zion is.
I don't think he's an alpha. I think he's more of just
quiet.
He's not in your face kind of guy.
Right, that's my point. So if he's not the rah guy to get everybody crunk and get everybody going and make people step to get their game level up, then we still might, come out with the same mistakes.
O-line's a rebuild. These aren't the guys under Cristobal that he recruited. It's a rebuild. Only a couple that he brought from the transfer portal.
Right, and the guy he brought from the transfer portal, the left guard, he the one who let the guy run straight up the middle. See what I'm saying? So, like, I get it. When he from Oregon too?
Yeah, he went to Oregon. Logan Sagapolu.
So he knew he was starting to before he even got here.
So, what's the prediction? Saturday night, College Station, 9 p.m. ESPN.
My prediction is 34-17.
34-17 Canes.
34-17 Canes.
I think 31-28 Miami. It's going to come down to a final drive. I hope I'm wrong because I hate that stuff. I get nervous. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I'd rather just win by 17-10.
Man, you listen, I already told you what it is. I'm telling you what it is. Listen, this how the game gonna go. The first quarter, we're gonna come out. It's gonna be a back and forth game. We score, they kick a field goal, we kick a field goal, they score. Second half, we're gonna come out and we're gonna make adjustments. That's what Kevin Steele is great at. And we're gonna light it up, and it's gonna end up being 34-17.
I hope so, man. I want a big game. Like, I want to win by 17 points or more. I think it's going to make a statement early on in the season, and I think it'll be great momentum, confidence for this team.
Listen, I just want us to win so all these commentators could get off my back.
I know,
they could stop calling me with this nonsense. You know how it hurt? They had Joey Galloway calling me with this trash. Get off my back, bruh.
Yeah, Joey Galloway, Florida guy. You got Danny Cannell, Florida State guy. The rivals, they're not going to pick Miami until
Joey's an Ohio State guy.
I thought he went to Florida.
You want to know Ohio State.
Who was the guy who went to Florida? You're talking Joey Galloway went to Ohio State?
Yeah.
Hey, help me out. Did he go to Ohio State or Florida?
Ohio State,
you
man.
Might win this one. You might win this one.
Ain't no might. I'm telling you.
I'm checking this.
Check it. I'm just telling you.
I thought he went to Florida.
No, brother. He went to Ohio State.
No.
Me and him played. We played with each other for the Pats.
Yeah, you're right, because he's from Ohio.
Yeah, he went to Ohio State.
The whole time I thought Florida. I don't like Ohio State. I don't like him.
Me either. But that's listen. What I'm saying is
same thing. We don't like him either.
This is what I'm saying. The Canes have the right coach to do what he's supposed to, but let's not get it twisted. Mario had good teams at Oregon too, and went into places and got blown out too. Now, you know what I mean? Like he got blown out last year by Utah.
Yeah, twice in a row.
They just wasn't twice better than you. Utah just one of them teams. Like the offense that they was running wasn't gonna work on Utah. Like to beat Utah, you got to hit them in the mouth straight up. Let's go downhill, me against you, and I'm better than you. Or just be more athletic than them. That's why Alabama would not have a problem with Utah. It's because they're more athletic.
They have a good coach at Utah.
That's why Florida won, because they were more athletic.
I think it was like first home game of the year. It was like the largest attendance they ever had. First game of the year. You're not going to be your best performance will never be your first game. Never.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree. Like if Utah and Florida played 10 times, Utah win 7, 8. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But the problem is the thing that Utah did good, Florida did good too. Now, if Utah would have kept running the ball in the second half, that game wouldn't have been close at all.
I mean, they could have won the game. They were at the goal line.
And then
he threw the worst pass I ever seen. Well, no, it was
right. That was the worst decision I ever seen.
Right. Decision. You're right.
But yeah, I'm with you though, man. But I think Miami, I think both teams come out, and then I think Texas A&M revert back to who they were, because Texas A&M is not like, if you watch Texas A&M since Jimbo got there, the first 4 or 5 games they play like dog doodle. They just never play nobody good, so they never lose. Like if you watch them, even when like last year they were playing against like, a team ain't never heard of, and they barely beat them.
Yeah.
But then they come and play Alabama and they beat Alabama. Like so, like Texas A&M is one of them teams. Like the more they play, the better they get, and they get big. They get good fast. That's why I pick. Like if we was playing them week 8, I'd be like, man, I might count that one as an L, but I got to see how we grow. But nah, we playing them week 3. I like us 34-17. You know what I'm talking about?
All right, man. You heard it from Brandon Meriweather himself. We got over 150 people on with us live. 48 minutes in. Brandon, anything else for the good people watching before everyone enjoys the game Saturday night in College Station?
Yeah, I got one thing. Listen, if you're in the Orlando area, come check out Wings, 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 baby. You know what I'm talking about? Best wings in Florida by far. If you got it, you got it. Hey, and Paul, man, we need to link up, man. You keep playing, we keep like, come on, bro, let's link up.
I
You
mean,
know what I'm saying?
you got to come to Miami, man.
I'm coming to Miami.
Miami.
Who they play next week?
Middle Tennessee State. You might not want to go to that game.
Nah, I ain't going to that game. Who's the next good team they play?
I mean, North
North Carolina?
maybe.
All right. When they play them?
In 2 weeks.
All right, I might come to that game. I might bring my son down there to go to that game.
Because, with gas prices, going to Orlando,
Yeah, they already got me on.
That's
Yeah.
pretty expensive,
I ain't worrying about the gas prices now. I could just shoot down there. I just do that every night. I can do that every day. You know what I'm talking
You gotta take the metro rail to get to that
about?
point.
That's what they need to do. If they actually had a train that you could just jump on and get down there, and then I'll do it all the time.
Fair. But yeah, man, we'll definitely connect soon. Hopefully, it'll be with a win in Texas A&M.
Hey, man, I already told you 34-17 now.
17.
Hey, matter of fact, I'm finna call a bookie right now and tell him I want to put that on there.
All right, I got 31-28. You know what? I'm sticking with the spread. Yeah, because Texas A&M is favored by 5.5, so that's still in the spread.
I'm doing it. I want to do a head up. You get paid more. Head up. I'm taking it. Let's go.
Never go against Vegas. Let's see.
No, always go against Vegas.
All right. Count your blessings, Brandon. All right, guys. Appreciate it.
All right,
Always all about the U.
yes, sir.